Hello, today we are going to discuss about the method of elimination to solve simultaneous equations. So let's talk about a question. X minus y is equal to 1 and x plus y is equal to 2. So we are going to take this one as first equation and this one as a second equation. So now what we are going to do, elimination means we are going to get rid of one other variable here. So if you observe, observation is very important. So what we are going to do, observation. So observation is very important, and through observation we are going to construct. If they are not actually matching, we are going to construct. So now if you observe, you can see when you add 1 and 2, so you can seemingly cancel these two. So minus y goes with plus y. So it's going to be x minus y plus x plus y, and that is equal to 1 plus 2. So now you can see these two are gone. So this is called elimination, right? So it's going to be 2x now. So 2x is going to be 3. So x is going to be 3 divided by 2. So once you find x is equal to 3 divided by 2, how to find y? So that is simple substitution. So you can substitute this one back into one of the equation over here. So what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to take x minus y is equal to 1. So using this equation, I'm going to find y. So x is substituted, which is 3 divided by 2. So if that happens, 3 divided by 2 minus y is equal to 1. So 3 divided by 2, I'm going to bring this one to the other side. It's going to be minus 1 is equal to y. So y, because I'm going to bring this minus 1 to the other side, it's going to be plus. So this is going to be, now when you take the common denominator, it's going to be 2. So it's going to be 1 divided by 2. So this is how we simply use the elimination technique. Okay, so we will think about another example. So think about, you have 2x minus y is equal to 5, and you have x plus 3y is equal to 2. So I'm going to say this is my first equation and this is my second equation. So now here again observation. So if you observe, you can see there is no matching terms here, so we have to somehow make them matched. So in that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this by 3. So why I'm doing this, like again it's an observation. So when I multiply this by 3, so I can see 3y here. So it's going to be, this is going to be 6x, then this is going to be 3y, and this is going to be 15. So this is my third equation. So when I do this operation, I get the third equation. Now I can see minus 3y and plus 3y. So what I'm going to do, 3 plus 2. So if I do that, let me write what I have here. So x plus 3y here, I'm just copying these terms here, and then that's equal to 15 plus 2. Now you can see minus 3y plus 3y gone, and then 7x is equal to 17. So this is how we construct. And then you can find x by dividing both sides by 7. So it's going to be 17 divided by 7. So that is how we find x in this particular question. Now if you need to find y, what you do, again you are going to substitute. So technique is substitute. So easily I'm going to take the third equation, the first equation here, that's original equation. So 2x minus y is equal to 5, so I need to find y. So we need to subject y, so that would be 2x minus 5. So you're going to move this one to the left hand side and y to the right hand side, so then you can subject y. So now my x is 17 divided by 7, so I'm going to substitute. So remember, when we substitute, it is safe to substitute with a bracket and then do that. So now if that happens, you can see it's going to be 34 divided by 7 minus 5, and that would be y. So now what we are going to have here now, 1, and then you are going to take the common denominator. So when you take the common denominator, it's going to be 35. So it's going to be minus 1 divided by 7, and that would be your y value. So that's how we do those kind of questions. Now let's look at this question. Now you don't have numbers, but letters. For example, px plus y is equal to 3. Now p is a constant here, and then minus x plus qy is equal to 1. So we will see how to do this kind of a question. Again the same thing. Now if you observe, you can see px here, minus x here. So I'm going to multiply this guy by p. So if I do that, I'm going to multiply the left hand side by p and the right hand side by p. So if I do that, I get minus px plus, and it's going to be pqy, and that's going to be p. So this is my third equation. Okay. So now again, if you look into these two, plus px minus py, so you're going to add those two. So it's going to be 1 plus 3. So if I do that operation, so I get px plus y minus px here, and then plus pqy here, and then you are going to add 3 and p, so 3 plus p. Cool. Now you can see px is gone, so you can see here y plus pqy. Now these two you cannot add, right? You cannot add like numbers. So what you have to do, if you want to find y, we can factorize. So if you factorize, you have to remember you have y here, you have 1 here with y, you take y out, so it's going to be 1 here, and then minus, not minus, is plus here, then pq, and that is going to be 3 plus p. So be careful. Now you need to subject y, so you need to find y essentially. So what you're going to do, this is a neat technique. You are going to divide both sides by this bracket. So it's going to be 1 plus pq. So if you divide both sides by this bracket, so, and that's going to be 1 here. When you divide this by the same thing, it's going to be 1. So that way you can isolate y, and then again substitution. So easily you can use equation number 1, equation number 2. So using equation number 2, what you can do here, you can subject x for simplicity. So if you do that, you get q y minus 1. So q y is this guy, so I'm going to put that here, q. So remember, I'm doing a substitution, so that substitution comes with the bracket originally, so I'm going to leave that as it is, and then divide by 1 plus pq. 1 plus pq, and then you're going to put this minus 1. So right hand side is set. If you want, you can take the common denominator, otherwise you can leave that.